Good morning, Team Alabama. We are ready to do an Achieve3000, and this one is Mae Jemison, Space Pioneer. Please join me in reading Mae Jemison, Space Pioneer. Find it on your Chromebook now and do your before reading poll. We will read the stretch article together at a 1280. Vocabulary that you may encounter today, that words that are new to you: embolden, to make bold or give encouragement to take action. Pertinacious, and that is determined or resolute. And propensity, if you have a propensity for something, you have an inclination or a tendency for that. Okay, go ahead and please do your before reading poll, and then join me in reading the stretch article. Red Bank, New Jersey. If only white men explore space, aliens won't get the whole picture of the human race. That's what Mae Jemison used to worry about as a young kid growing up in Chicago, Illinois. Her eyes fixated on the stars she dreamed of traveling among someday. In 1992, Dr. Jemison's childhood aspirations took flight on the Space Shuttle Endeavour as she became the first black female astronaut in space. It wasn't exactly the work that she had envisioned she'd be doing once she left Earth's atmosphere. As a young girl, Jemison figured that since astronauts had already landed on the moon by the time she reached space, that she'd be on her way to work on Mars. Growing up, Jemison had a propensity for watching sci-fi shows, finding inspiration in a black female character on Star Trek. The original series, a TV show that featured people from all over the world working together to learn more about the universe, that helped to fuel my whole idea that I could be involved in space exploration as well as in sciences, Jemison told CNN. When the kindergarten teacher asked the classes what they wanted to do or to be when they grew up, Jemison didn't hesitate, declaring a scientist. It was in the early 1960s, and that was an unorthodox aspiration for girls at that time. Jemison remarked in a National Library of Medicine interview, her teacher asked if she meant that she wanted to be a nurse. But I really just put my hands on my hips and I said, no, I mean a scientist, Jemison recalled. Eventually, the pertinacious trailblazer would do that and so much more. Jemison graduated high school at 16 years old in 1973 and went on to matriculate at Stanford University, where she learned to speak Russian and Swahili, while earning degrees in chemical engineering and African American studies. With those degrees in hand, she set out to earn yet another, a degree in medicine from Cornell Medical School. After graduating from Cornell, Dr. Mae Jemison joined the Peace Corps as a medical officer in Africa before returning to the United States to open her own private practice. But in 1983, when Sally Ride became the first American woman in space, Jemison was emboldened to switch gears and pursue her lifelong ambition. 4 years later, in 1987, she was the first woman of color accepted into NASA's astronaut training program. How cool. Jemison worked for NASA in Texas and Florida, patiently waiting for a mission assignment that would send her soaring toward the stars she'd marveled at since as a child. Until finally, the moment she dreamed of for years came to fruition when Jemison got the news that she'd been waiting for. She was going up and making history. She spent 8 days aboard the Endeavour as the crew's science mission specialist, an ideal job for someone with her medical background. While in orbit, Jemison held dozens of medical research studies. from testing bone cells to experimenting with weightlessness and motion sickness. Once I got into space, I was feeling very comfortable in the universe, Jemison told CNN. I felt like I had a right to be anywhere in the universe, that I belonged here as much as any speck of stardust, any comet, any planet. After leaving NASA in 1993, Jemison became a college professor, launched a technology business, and established a foundation that hosts science camps for students worldwide. She also became a Lego figure, a first of two in the toys company's Women of NASA set, and continued her passion for space exploration and endured as a leader of a nonprofit initiative, 100 Years of Starship, which aims to ensure humans will travel beyond Earth's solar system in the next 100 years. That is Mae Jemison. Please go ahead and do your article, read it, and then answer your activity questions. Our goal is always to shoot for a 75% or better on your activity questions. At this time, go ahead and read your article and do your activity questions. Have a great day, Team Alabama.